Have you ever heard of a place where 9 experienced hikers vanished into the frozen wilderness, only to be found dead under terrifying and unexplained circumstances? In February of 1959, rescuers discovered a campsite abandoned in the snowy Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. A tent had been sliced open from the inside. Footprints led away into the darkness. Bodies were scattered across the frozen landscape. Some victims were nearly naked in sub-zero temperatures. Others suffered horrifying internal injuries. One hiker was missing her tongue and eyes. More than 60 years later, nobody can fully explain what happened that night. This is the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In January 1959, a group of 9 young hikers set out on an ambitious expedition across the northern Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. The group was led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, an experienced engineering student and skilled outdoor explorer. Alongside him were 8 other hikers, students, athletes, and war veterans, all trained for harsh winter conditions. Their goal was to reach Otorten Mountain, a remote and unforgiving area covered in deep snow and violent winds. The journey was classified as a Category 3 trek, the highest level of difficulty at the time. The hikers travelled by train and truck before beginning their long ski journey into the wilderness. Along the way, they took photographs, kept journals, and appeared cheerful despite the brutal weather. One member of the group became sick early in the expedition and turned back. That decision may have saved his life. The remaining 9 continued deeper into the mountains. The last known photographs showed them smiling as they battled heavy snow on February 1st, 1959. They were expected to return by February 12th, but they never came back. When the hikers failed to contact anyone after several days, search teams were organised by the Soviet authorities. Volunteers, soldiers, and rescue crews began combing through the icy wilderness. On February 26th, rescuers finally discovered the group's tent on the slopes of a mountain, later named Dyatlov Pass. What they found was deeply disturbing. The tent was partially buried in snow and had been cut open from the inside, as if the hikers had desperately tried to escape. Their belongings were still inside. Boots, coats, food, and supplies had all been left behind. Outside the tent, investigators discovered footprints leading away into the freezing darkness. Some prints showed the hikers had fled barefoot or wearing only socks. The first bodies were found near a forest edge beneath a large cedar tree. 2 hikers were dressed only in underwear, despite temperatures reaching minus 30 degrees Celsius. Nearby were signs of a small fire, suggesting the group had tried to survive after leaving the tent. Over the following weeks, more bodies were discovered scattered across the snow-covered terrain. Some appeared to have died from hypothermia, but others had injuries that shocked investigators. One hiker suffered massive skull fractures. 2 others had crushed ribs so severe that experts compared the force to a car crash, yet strangely, there were almost no external wounds. Another victim, Lyudmila Dubinina, was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Investigators also discovered traces of radiation on some of the clothing. The deeper authorities looked into the case. The stranger it became. The Soviet investigation struggled to explain the bizarre evidence. In the end, officials closed the case with a mysterious statement. They concluded the hikers died because of an unknown compelling natural force. But what exactly did that mean? Over the decades, countless theories have emerged. One of the most popular theories involves a secret military accident. Some believe the hikers accidentally entered a testing zone for Soviet weapons or parachute mines. Witnesses in nearby areas reported strange, glowing orange lights in the sky around the same time as the incident. Supporters of this theory point to the radiation found on the victims' clothing and the government's secrecy surrounding the case. Another theory suggested the hikers were attacked by the indigenous Mansi people who lived near the mountains. However, investigators found no signs of struggle, and there was little evidence connecting the Mansi to the deaths. In fact, the Mansi were known to be peaceful toward travellers. Some experts believe the hikers experienced a phenomenon known as paradoxical undressing, a condition caused by extreme hypothermia. Victims become disoriented and feel intense heat, causing them to remove their clothing even in deadly cold temperatures. More recently, scientists proposed that a small but powerful avalanche may have forced the hikers to flee their tent in panic during the night. According to this explanation, heavy snow pressure could account for the severe chest injuries, while also explaining why the group abandoned the tent so suddenly. Computer simulations and modern research have supported parts of the avalanche theory, but many people still feel it does not explain every detail. And of course, there are the paranormal theories. Some believe the hikers encountered UFOs, secret creatures, or forces beyond human understanding. The remote location, the glowing lights, and the bizarre injuries have fueled endless speculation across the internet for decades. But despite all the theories, no explanation has ever answered every question. Today, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the world's most chilling unsolved mysteries. The frozen mountains where the hikers died still attract investigators, tourists, and conspiracy theorists searching for answers. Was it a tragic natural disaster, a classified military experiment, or something even stranger hidden deep within the Soviet wilderness? More than 60 years later, the truth may still be buried beneath the snow. And perhaps that is why the story continues to haunt the world, because sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are the ones that never fully reveal themselves. If you enjoyed this mystery, subscribe to RadarRealm for more unsolved stories.